Stifler here. Ask the ladies to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10. You were about to answer this. Go ahead.
I would say maybe a 4 or 5.
Stop the cap.
Okay, come on.
No, I have a lot of, I guess, past trauma due to my appearance, so.
Well, he's asking rate their looks.
Right, my looks, yes.
Your self-assessment, okay.
Yes.
Well, I think you're underselling yourself a little bit, but.
What do you think it would take to make you a 10? Like, what would you want to improve about yourself or your looks? Just out of curiosity.
There's a lot of things I dislike about myself, so I mean, I'm not sure, but if I were to be able to change things, I would mainly change maybe my face. That's all.
You're so pretty.
Yeah.
I think you're beautiful.
So
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. But you mentioned, I mean, I don't know if you want to get into it, but you mentioned past trauma. How is that related to your physical appearance?
Well, growing up, I had a sister, and she was the one more complimented than I was when we would go out or.
By your parents?
By
or
my
just
parents.
Other people in general?
All together. And on top of that, growing up, I did get bullied for a little while. I did look a lot different when I was younger, but to me, I still see that little girl that I was, and who people bullied.
Have you had any plastic surgery?
No, but
Okay.
I have had something done with my chin because it was uneven, and I fixed it.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, got it. What about you? What do you rate yourself looks-wise, 1 to 10?
Probably like a 5 or like a 6 on like a good day,
Okay.
Gotta stay humble.
Sure.
8.
I would give myself a 9.
8.
Could I withhold myself from answering? Unless you want to make it a discussion, which I would love to. But
Unless I want what?
If you want to make it a discussion, then...
We can discuss.
Okay.
Let's discuss. Okay, why do you object to answering the question first off?
I just think it so heavily depends. Like, if you were to ask, let's say, what do I think men in California would, on average, rate me, let's say, that would be different from
Smolensk?
Rate myself.
Like your rating in Smolensk?
Or all over, like, other different places, for sure, yeah.
Okay.
So it just depends on the
Siberia?
area.
What's your rating in Siberia?
I would probably be on a higher up scale in Siberia than in LA.
Okay.
What's your rating from 100 years ago? You know what I mean? It's like different time periods. The beauty standards have changed.
The Renaissance.
As well, so.
There's the
No,
Renaissance.
but,
there's the.
Okay, but it's not just about the time. I can hop on the plane and be in the country where my status all of a sudden drastically changes.
Okay.
Based on the way that I look right now. Like tomorrow I could be in another country.
But what would you rate yourself?
Right, but that's why I have the problem with this question. It's a very general question. But since you're asking on the look, it just so it depends. I could be a 2 one day, and then the next day I could be a 9.
How about we drop you? We're not going to put you in LA. We're going to drop you in Columbus, Ohio. Is that where you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say probably an 8.
Are you a 9 in Columbus, Ohio?
I'm a 10 over there.
Oh, 10 in Ohio. Okay, I see. What's up?
I'm probably going to be like an 8 or a 9 in Ohio.
In Columbus, Ohio?
Yeah.
Okay, what about Idaho?
I don't know too much about Idaho, so I would not know.
West Virginia?
Would not know.
It's a sliding scale.
Louisiana? What's it in Louisiana?
No, even less about
Nantucket.
Louisiana.
What about Nantucket?
Dude.
Okay, let's try Canada. What about Quebec? The Quebecois?
Again, also slightly on the
Quebecois?
higher than, let's say, in LA for
Okay.
sure.
All right, fair enough. Moving on. What about you? What do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, for me, it depends on mood because sometimes I also feel different, but I would say it's going to be like 7, sometimes 8.
Sure.
But for me, it's also important how I don't just feel like when I look at myself, but also what I feel inside because it's very connected.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Lauren De Laguna.
Idaho 3, LA 7.
Wait.
I don't know
How
if
is
that-
it? How does it work?
Yeah.
So you're more attractive in LA
Are you
versus
saying
Idaho?
Idahoans are, I don't know if that's the
What
right
if you
word.
can't
Are
use
you saying
7?
Idahoans are unattractive and that Los Angeles Hollyweird freaks are attractive?
No,
dear
but
sir?
there's definitely
Middle
more
America?
That's a fair point.
models and
Fair
like
point.
very attractive people in California than I'm sure Idaho, simply because there's more people in California. So there's probably going to be more attractive people in California.
And more homeless people.
True. I'm
You're
not
saying
like
you're hitting
you-
up those homeless
You,
women?
are you comparing yourself to homeless women?
I'm 7 and then the
Okay.
Idahoans.
Fair enough. What about you said you're moving to Florida, so are you going to Miami?
Good point.
Miami's going to be tough.
I'm looking at all parts of Florida, not really Miami though.